Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney and I've been a part-time reseller on Poshmark since 2018. So a few weeks ago, I attended a networking reseller conference called FlipCon. I think I referenced it on one of my previous videos, but learned so much. Just short recap, I think my biggest takeaways were I need to be live selling. I have always had a hard no stance on live selling, specifically Whatnot. But Renzi and Flip the World Texas and a Whatnot rep got up as one of the panels and talked about it. And honestly, they just made it seem so doable. So that is on my list of things that I want to try. Also had a lot of really great takeaways from the debt-free seminar that Ghetto Gazelle and Josh from Harry Tornado did. They had a lot of really great insight and just, again, made it seem so doable. You know, I met so many amazing people. I know I spent a lot of time with a couple that I'd been messaging with on Instagram before FlipCon, Annette and Peter. I'll put their handles up here. They are so much fun. They have reselling pages, and they're both CPAs, and I learned so much about like bookkeeping and taxes just from having conversations with them. So it was absolutely worth the money. One of the cool things that they announced at FlipCon was that Josh from Harry Tornado had reached out to the local Goodwill like marketing person or somebody that works at corporate Goodwill and said, hey, we're gonna have 200 plus resellers in town for this event. You guys have a Goodwill outlet. Like, what are the chances that you guys would be willing to hold like a early private shopping session for all of the resellers? So he thought that they wouldn't even message him back, but surprisingly, they actually not only messaged him back, but they said yes. So he got us in for, the Goodwill Bins, I think, opens around 10 o'clock normally. They opened at 9 o'clock for us, whoever wanted to go shop, run over there and shop for a little bit. So I live in Atlanta and we don't actually have a Goodwill outlet within like 2 hours of us. So I don't get to shop at the outlet a lot. So even though I did not need inventory, I could not pass the opportunity to just have the bins experience. I've been to a few before, but it's always a lot of fun and we don't get to do it a lot. So I went, we spent about 45 minutes there. I will say that because we were on a limited time frame, I did not look up comps. So some of this stuff I may end up redonating or giving to friends or family if they are not comping well. But honestly, I just went for the experience. I did end up finding quite a bit of stuff. I ended up going in the morning session, the private session, and then when we wrapped around 4:15 that same day, going back for another 30 minutes or so, and I found a lot then too. So I'm gonna go through both of those hauls with you guys today. I did get some footage from our trip to the bins. It was so interesting. It was all resellers, a lot of YouTubers, so there were GoPros everywhere, people recording everything, and I'll insert some of that footage here before we jump into the haul. Kathy, you finding anything good? No? So let's jump into it. The receipt's in here somewhere. Hopefully we'll come across that so that I can show it to you guys and show you what I spent. All right, so first up, just a bread and butter brand. I don't typically pick this up, but this was just a pair of Lucky brand size large shorts. These are just like a really good lounge basic, you know, would be perfect for running errands or cleaning the house or what have you. So I thought those were a nice pickup. This is something, again, I wouldn't typically pick up. American Eagle Outfitters. I do pick up the newer label American Eagle, but this is actually the old one. If it says the word Outfitters on it and doesn't just say the word American Eagle, that's the indicator that it's an older piece. But this was really fun. I thought, you know, it had a lot of selling factors. It's a crop top, it's a knit. Obviously, it's red, white, and blue, so it'd be perfect for 4th of July or any of the other patriotic holidays. So, I mean, it weighs virtually nothing, so I thought it was worth picking up. Probably make around $10 to $12 on that. Alrighty, what is this? I think this was the first piece that I found when we got there, and it's just a solid bread and butter pair of Nike joggers. They're a size small, but they're in this awesome cobalt blue color, and I did not see any flaws. I tried to look over for flaws, but honestly, there's a chance that I'm gonna find some flaws while I'm going through these with you guys because I did not look over them thoroughly because we were so tight on time. So anyways, this should be, you know, a solid $15 to $20. This is a brand that I pick up occasionally. It's just a boutique brand, size large, but they make a lot of really great like boho pieces. It's got a similar vibe to like Free People and Anthropologie and things like that, but it's typically a little bit less expensive. So it does have a following. I usually try to get like the more flowy, floral, abstract, like boho type pieces, but when I saw this, it is a mini dress, so I figured it was worth a pickup. Probably paid a couple dollars for it, and hopefully we'll bring in anywhere between 15 and 25. So next up is, I believe, a youth piece because it's a Nike Dry Fit size extra large, but it looks like a women's small. So my guess is that it's probably a youth extra large. But this is just a nice hoodie. It says football on it. Figured this would be a good bread and butter piece. So probably won't bring a ton. Again, it's our running trend with this one, but thought it was worth picking up. Now that we are moving towards fall, I am focusing on picking up more shackets. So when I found this Levi's shacket, I thought it was worth it. It's in good condition. It's just a nice green and black. I need to look up like stock photos to see if this is a women's or a men's. It says extra large, but it doesn't scream like men's extra large to me. I feel like it seems a little smaller than a men's extra large, so I'll have to look it up, but the pattern itself like looks more like it would be a men's piece. So not sure on that yet, but it should be a solid anywhere from like $18 to $22. Alrighty. This is just a vintage Wrangler piece, size extra large. I believe, yeah, the reason I picked it up is because it is a Western. It's got pearl snaps. So, you know, for people that live in rodeo country, tag the word rodeo, Western, pearl snap, button down, plaid, all those kind of keywords I will mention. Alrighty, this is a decent bread and butter plus size brand, Lane Bryant. I wouldn't say that it sells as well as Torrid, but I mean, it does sell. It does have a following. I'd say probably Torrid and Lane Bryant are the two most common, most popular, like mall brand plus size lines. So I picked this up. It's a nice little, it actually looks really similar to a Torrid piece I just recently hauled for you guys, but it's just like a dark olive hunter green, great fall color. It's got a little cinched waist. I don't know if I said it, but the size is a 16, so grab that. Hopefully that'll go for around 20. This is the new American Eagle tag that I was telling you guys about, where it just says American Eagle and it's in like that block font. Only pick up American Eagle denim if I can get them for like less than $5. And obviously with Ben's pricing, I hit the mark there. So these are a size 14. And the reason I got them is they are the mom jean, which is a really popular style still. So I did check these over. I didn't see any like holes or rubbing between the legs or anything like that. So they are black. I'd prefer that they would be a blue jean, but you know, black will still sell. So we'll list those. Probably be solid $20 to $25 sale. This is another youth piece that I picked up. It's a youth size large, 14-16, and it's just this good pair of NBA camo joggers. I know I have friends with kids like around like the 10-year to 12-year mark, and I know these are really popular with that age range and that size, so I figured this for a couple bucks was worth trying out. I don't think I've ever sold that, like the NBA brand or joggers like that, but we'll see how they do. This is just, again, the trend of this video is bread and butter. So this is Recycled Karma. I've never looked that brand up, so I mean, I'd love if I'm pleasantly surprised by comps, but this is just a band tee. Sex Pistols, it says Anarchy in the UK, so it was in excellent condition. It is like manufactured to be distressed, so I think that should do good. It'll probably bring somewhere between like $18 and $22 if I had to guess, unless that brand is like highly sought after. Like I know I found band tees in the brand, I think Junk Food before, and that one's been really popular. I know there's a couple others that I can't think of, but yeah, I typically like to pick those up. Speaking of the brand Junk Food, I did find this size small. It's just a graphic tee. It says "We Are Family." This is tiny. I'll definitely have to include measurements here, but it's just a little basic. All right, this is just the brand Adore. I think I put this in my cart thinking I would look it up later, and obviously ran out of time and never did. So we'll have to look it up and see how this does. I'm not familiar with this brand, but it is just like a cardigan, which is perfect for transitional weather, and it does have a little bit of a animal print to it. So I think it's McThrifty that always talks about how great cardigans do for her. So I honestly don't pick up a lot of them. So yeah, that'll kind of be a tester piece. These are AG, which is Adriano Goldschmied. The style is the Graduate, I believe. Tailored leg. Let's see what size these are. These are a 34 regular. So this was probably one of my better finds in this first bins trip. It's just a nice straight leg. I have sold AG men's pants before, and they do really well. I've sold them for consignment clients. It's just a t-shirt I got from my husband, Napa. And then this was actually the first piece that I found, which got me excited right when we got there. Brand is Sundry, which is sometimes sold at Anthropology, and this brand does have vanity sizing, so this is a size 1. I'll have to look up what that converts to, but it's just a nice little like pullover sweater. It says Love Life on it in this nice green color, so this is perfect for fall. This brand used to sell better than it does now, but I still thought it was worth picking up at men's prices. And then I got 2 pairs of shoes. This is a pretty consistent seller for me. The brand is Steve Madden. These won't go for a ton because it's just like a basic sandal, but I still thought it was worth picking up for bins prices. And the Charlotte bins, it was really interesting. I've been to a couple different bins before, and this one was the first one that I'd ever been to that didn't have the shoes in an actual bin. They were actually on the wall, just like they are at a regular Goodwill store, which was really nice because it was way more organized. Everything was paired together, so you didn't have to go hunting for the match. Got that pair, and then this pair, I wish I would have looked up, but I thought this, like go-go style, is that what this is? A go-go style? I thought this would be good. In decent shape. The brand is 1031, and just like the minimalism, the minimalist nature of this tag had me curious, and this was one of the first finds that I found, and I was like, oh, I'll look this up before I buy it. Ran out of time, so I didn't, but these should sell for around $25, so honestly the return on that is fine for me, but hopefully the style will sell these. So yeah, that was it for my first trip. Oh, here's my receipt. So for that first trip, I got 19, almost 20 pounds, and at the Charlotte bins, they charge $1.79 per pound. So after rounding up, I ended up paying $39. So not that bad. So yeah, I'll average my cost of goods and put whatever that is on the screen here for you guys. and we will jump into the next haul. So like I said, after the session for the day wrapped up around 4:15, I did have a little bit of time before I needed to go back to the Airbnb where I was staying. So I ran back over to the bins. It was only a couple minutes from the venue, and shot for about 30 or 45 more minutes and found a whole trash bag full of things. So we'll go through those now. Probably my best find out of both trips was this motorcycle jacket. The brand is Joe Rocket, and it's got all this like really heavy duty padding in here. And I ran comps on this because it was so heavy. I knew I needed to, so I didn't risk, you know, increasing my cost of goods and wasting money. So this was a size extra large, and these are comping for around $75. So that should pay for both bins trips, and then everything else will be profit. So that was pretty exciting. Oh, here's my receipt. So for my second trip, I got 21.5 pounds at $1.79 each. So after rounding up, that brought me to $42. So I spent, what did I say I spent on the last one? 30 something. Y'all, have I told you about my short-term memory loss? It is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot remember. Like, I meet somebody, they tell me their name, and immediately I forget it. I'm pretty sure that I said the last one I spent like around $39. Does that sound right? So total, that would be around $75 total, right? I don't math well. My total between both trips, I'll put here. But I think it was around $70 or $75. So that's pretty good. So up next for my second trip was this pair of men's slip-on Crocs. I know these don't sell for a ton, but they should sell for around $25. They're in great condition. These are a size men's 12, which is a good size. So, and these are made to be distressed. That's manufactured. So that's not too bad. All right, what else did I find? Oh, I do remember in this second trip, I found a lot for myself. So that's mine. All right, up next is Ralph Lauren. I don't pick up a lot of Ralph Lauren, but I do know it can sell well. So this is a plus size. Nope, I read it backwards. Y'all, I read that as a 2X. It's an X extra small. I need coffee. This is 77% lamb's wool. It has a few other fabrics in it. So hopefully that nice fabric content will make it do well. It's just kind of like a long line cardigan in a black color. So that should be good. All right, up next is a J. Jill Love Linen piece in a size extra large. I just recently, you guys haven't seen it yet, but I just recently sold a J. Jill dress for, I want to say like 60 something dollars. That'll be in one of my upcoming What Sold videos. But so that encouraged me to want to pick up this brand more. So yeah, the Love Linen line does well. This is just a nice blouse. Won't go for a ton, maybe like $18 to $22, but solid pickup there for a low cost of goods. All right, so this is a brand I'm not familiar with, but the tag intrigued me and I meant to look it up and I forgot. The brand is Smith & Mills Denim. It may be nothing, but it did have this really nice leather patch on the back with a little design etched into it, and the design of the jeans themselves looked a little bit higher end, so it could be absolutely nothing. I'll put comps on the screen, but picked these up, forgot to look them up, and now I have them, so we'll see if they're worth getting listed or not. This is a good find. I saw this floating around in a new bin after they pulled out the new rotation, and immediately knew that was Free People Movement. So if you're not familiar, Free People's athletic line is called Free People Movement, and this, to me, it looks like a corn on the cob, but that is their logo. This is the actual tag that you can look for. And this is just a pair of small basic leggings, so these won't go for a ton, maybe like $12 to $15, but they do have these little cutouts in the side down the leg. So, but I was excited to find Free People. Up next is another I've never heard of, but it felt really nice. SC & Co. It is like a very well-made, like athletic skirt, and it's got this, it almost looks like seersucker. It's not actual seersucker, it's just like a textured skirt, but it has like this little nice metal detail on it with an SC, and any brand that takes the time and money to add embellishments with their logo on them, you know, it's typically a good sign. Again, I could be wrong. This could be nothing, but this is a size small. The interior tag, I've told you guys before, that can typically be like a good indicator of whether a piece is nice or not, and it feels really nice. So, oh, and it's actually a skirt. It's not a skirt. So that should actually help it sell. So we'll see what that is looking like. I'll put comps on the screen. Ooh, this was a great find. I was excited about this. This is a more recent Maeve piece, which is sold at Anthropologie. And the way that I know it's more recent is because the Maeve tags used to, I just had deja vu. Have I done this before? That was wild. Oh my gosh. I literally feel like I had a dream about this exact moment explaining to you guys about this tag. Oh my gosh. Sorry, squirrel. But old Maeve tags didn't say by Anthropologie on them. Any of the Anthropologie collaborations, that's how you can tell they're more current, if they say by Anthropologie on them. This is a size extra small, but it's this really nice cropped cardigan. It's got a button. It's just a fuzzy on the sleeve. But this came out in a new bin and I was, oh man, how did that happen? I'm gonna have to see if I can fix that. I might be able to pull that in on the interior. I'm like 90% sure that wasn't there at the bins because I looked this piece over pretty well. I feel like maybe that happened in transit. But I'm gonna have to see if I can pull that through to the interior because honestly, you can't really tell other than the string itself. So, y'all, that's what I get. So we'll see if we can fix that. If so, I'll get that listed, and that should be a pretty good piece. All right, what do we have here? This is a pair of Athleta Girl, which is their kids line. It's a pair of leggings. These are a girl size extra large, which is a good size 14. Just a basic legging. So those should do okay. All right, picked up this Talbot's piece in a size extra large. It definitely feels like a beach cover up. It's like a long line dress, tunic style. Feels like linen. Let me see what the fabric content is on this. I definitely need to get this listed soon because summer is coming to an end. 100% cotton. So yeah, that makes sense. It definitely felt like a natural fabric. But yeah, it's got little seahorses and fishies and starfish and sand dollars. So that'd be a perfect vacation beach cover up for somebody. Next piece is bread and butter. It's a pair of PacSun, like patriotic star print denim shorts. This would go cute with that American Eagle crop top that I showed you guys earlier. So yeah, I won't make a ton on that, maybe $15, but I figured it was worth picking up. This was probably one of my favorite finds out of the second bins trip. This is a Victoria's Secret size medium slip dress. I think, what's the word? Chemise? Is that a word? I don't know why my brain is telling me that that's what this is, but basically it could be worn as a slip dress. I think it's meant to be a nightgown, but slip dresses are one of the trending styles right now. So people are wearing things like slip dresses, corsets, any lingerie type look that isn't completely revealing is really in right now. So that was a good find. Excited about that one. And that's a piece for me. All right, next up is a Polo Ralph Lauren XXL custom fit sweater. And this is 100% merino wool. It is a men's piece. Just a nice little sweater for fall. I'll have to look over that and make sure there's no hole. Because college football season is like in a couple weeks, I went ahead and picked this Virginia Tech hoodie up. It also is on a Champion tag, which is pretty good. It's not reverse weave or anything like that, but it is in great condition. So being that, you know, people are starting college, you know, around this time and college football season is starting, I thought that was worth picking up. All right, this is a Nike Pro Combat size XL. I'm pretty sure that this is a kid's piece as well. This is kind of, reminds me of like the Under Armour, like piece that's supposed to make you warm for when you're playing a sport outside. So it says Nike Pro Combat Hyper Warm, and it is like fleece lined. So I thought somebody that's starting, you know, their fall or winter sports season could use that. I don't normally pick up a lot of youth pieces, but I got quite a bit at these Bins hauls. I'm pretty sure this is a piece for me. Yep, that one's for me. Oh, this is another one of those graphic tee brands that I like to pick up, Suburban Riot. This is an extra small, and it says do not disturb. I really wish this was in my size. I would definitely keep it, but this is just like a little pullover sweatshirt, perfect for the season. I've sold Suburban Riot a couple times, and it doesn't sell for a ton, but it sells for around 25. Since that's a sweater, maybe 30. I'll have to look up comps. I got this precious little Columbia raincoat. It's a size 4T. I could probably sell this, but I think I'm gonna save it and give it to my friend. Missy, if you're watching, it's coming your way. So just cute little two-tone Columbia kids, little boys raincoat, hooded. So her little one won't be in that for a couple years. He's in a 2T right now, but all right. I don't pick this brand up a lot anymore, but for Bins pricing, I couldn't say no. The brand is Wild Fox, and what does it say? Por favor. That's cute. So this is like a heathered gray, long line sweatshirt. I want to say the last Wild Fox piece that I sold for maybe like $18, but that was a t-shirt. I don't think it was a sweatshirt. I think the last sweatshirt I sold, it was really cute. It was like a bubblegum pink, and it said chips and Diet Coke diet or something like that. And I feel like that one sold pretty well. If I can find it, I'll put the comp on the screen for you guys. Got another piece of J. Jill, size small. Just a nice cardigan in this really pretty color. This color green has a name to it, but I can't remember what it is right now. So thought that was a good bread and butter pickup. And then looks like my last piece is a pair of kids shoes. These came out in a new rotation. They're these cute little boots, so perfect for the season. And the brand, I don't know why I just did that. I won't be able to show you guys. The brand is Tucker and Tate. Can you see that? So I've heard of this brand. I haven't looked up comps on it yet, but I am familiar with it because I'm an event planner from our full-time job, and we do a kids clothing swap every year for our associates, and I recognize that brand from the clothing swap. So yeah, that's everything. So I've got quite a bit to get listed. Again, I was not supposed to be thrifting, but I could not pass up the opportunity to go to the Bins because it's a 2-hour drive from Atlanta to get to my closest one, and honestly, it's in Columbus, Georgia, and it's kind of trash. So I was really happy with the Charlotte finds. Honestly, it's probably a good thing I don't have a Bins close to me, because I'd probably thrift a lot more than I should and get a lot more like bread and butter items versus like the higher end items that I find in the regular thrifts around Atlanta. And I thought, like, you'd think that living in Atlanta, a big city, like a massive city, that you'd have a Goodwill Bins, but I actually talked to the representative from Goodwill when we were at the Charlotte Bins, because he was there for the private event, and I asked him, I was like, do you have any idea why Atlanta wouldn't have a Goodwill Bins? And he said that typically the way it works is if the district has a color tag sale system, so where like one color tag is 50% off each week, then that's their version of the Bins. They don't have a Bins and a color tag sale, so it's usually one or the other, which is kind of a bummer. But I mean, I don't often find a lot of 50% off tag, like color tag clearance items when I'm out thrifting. Personally, I would prefer to have a Bins. I think that would be a lot better than having the color tag of the week, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, that is my Goodwill Outlet Bins haul from Charlotte from the FlipCon event. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna get all that listed. If there's anything you're interested in, just comment below and let me know. We can work something out before I get it listed. I think I have one more haul coming up for you guys, but I also have a couple what solds as well to switch it up a little bit. So if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed. Click that little bell if you want to be notified when another video comes out, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day.